Welcome to JS Metalcraft. Been a while. I've been doing some farming and the jobs coming into the shop lately have just been quick repairs, nothing exciting, nothing worth really videotaping. Yesterday I did put together this harrow. I had the lead bar for many years. We're using ATV to pull it. It'll do 12 22-inch rows. And the reason this is the planter, and these little discs leave a little mound of dirt over the top of the seed until the seed germinates and keeps the moisture there, but it leaves the seed too deep if we didn't come back and knock that little hill off. And that's what this harrow does here. So what we're going to be building here, one of my best customers every spring, he looks to add a new piece of equipment to his lineup, and this has been on the drawing board. I'm just now getting time to, or taking the time to get going on it. It's got two names, just depending on who you talk to. Known as a Cultipacker or a Schmeiser roller. This one will be 16 foot wide. It'll do 6 30-inch rows. Basically consists of these are the ends. The shaft will slide up through there. There'll be a bearing mounted to there, and then we'll weld the frame up here. This one will be 3-point operated, so when you get to the end of the field you can lift it up, turn around and let it back down, and it breaks up the dirt clods and firms the seed bed to hold the moisture and leaves a flat area for the planter that you just seen to plant the corn. So we'll probably just kind of do short clips here and there as I go along with this project. Like I say, these are the end pieces. Here's our cut quality. Did pretty good. Had one spot here, I think because I was just shaving the edge here. Well, as you can see, I less than 1/4 of an inch to get that to fit on there, and so I cheated on this end a little bit. Anyway, when it started cutting here, it wasn't cutting all the way through, so I had to stop, come back around, and it sliced through there really well the second time. So now we need to take this over to the mill, and we've got 4 5/8-inch holes to drill through here. I decided to drill instead of cut, a little more accurate. This is 5/8, and always trying to judge. You got to make your holes slightly larger because the plasma doesn't cut a perfectly 90 degrees. It tapers a little bit and it makes it a little difficult on the holes. So I want to just take the extra time and drill those out so we have nice holes. Well, I kind of got ahead of myself here, got going, and before I welded this on, I wanted to show the details because I had no choice to explain it here. This shaft here was 2 foot long. It's 2 1/4 inch. Turned it down for a 2-inch bearing. That way the bearing will slide right up against the 2 1/4 inch piece there. There's this outer disc with the 4 holes. There's 4 3/4 inch nuts welded to the back side. And then on the other end of this 2-foot shaft, there was another one of these discs without the holes, and that was welded to the shaft. and I cut those a little bit large and turned them on the lathe, so they were a snug fit. It wasn't, you know, pressed on or had to kind of wiggle it to get it in there. So that supports the other end of the shaft. It's free floating in there. I didn't weld the disc to this outer of the pipe. And on the edge here, you can kind of see there, that's a 1/2 inch thick piece. Held it out a 1/4 inch so I can get a weld on all the way around there. And we'll go to the other end and I'll show you why I had to do it that way. So as you can see, this outer piece that's bolted on there, and I don't know if you can quite, there you quite maybe see it. Anyway, I wanted that flush. And a nice flat surface for it to mate up against. So that's why we ran our bead where we did. A little bit, just a little bit of cleanup, and fits right up flush with this outer piece here. And what that does is keeps this ring from, or these rings, I think there'll be 75 of them on here, keeps them from coming off the ends. The inside diameter of that ring is 12 inches, and the outside diameter of the pipe is 10 3/4, I believe. Yeah, 10 3/4. So those rings can float the 1.25 inches, 2 1/4, whatever it is. And they can kind of, if there's the surface of the field is a little bit uneven in a little area, that thing will kind of ride, or it gives it some flex. Well, it's probably windy, and I don't know how well this microphone will work here. Been some nasty weather, but I got this Cultipacker done, and so I just wanted to take a quick look here. Get this video edited, get it published, and maybe move on to another project here. Built this nice little stand here, keep her from falling over. But anyway, that's what it is. Drag that across the field, and it'll break up all the clods and firm the ground up. Well, thank you for watching.